Hi, today I'm going to go over just briefly a little bit about bottle baby basics and how to feed and stimulate and take care of a bottle baby. We have one here who is about, I'd say she's probably about 2 weeks or so. That's when their eyes normally open. And basically what you want to do when you start out is you're going to want to stimulate, which means make them go potty, make them go to the bathroom. This is something that their mothers do and they can't do on their own yet. They don't have the muscles or the ability to do that. So the best way to do it is to use a cotton ball, something soft. If you don't have a cotton ball, a soft cloth or something like that. What you can do is you can dip it in warm water. It doesn't have to be much, just a little bit of warmth. This is used to simulate a mother's tongue stimulating their rear end. And what you do is gently just going to tap. You don't need to rub hard. You don't need to do anything like that. You can hold up their little tail, and usually they'll stand still and even lift up their little leg for it. But as you can see, she's just pottying right into it. So it's just a matter of touching. The biggest thing that you want to be careful of is not rubbing too hard and too long. Once you tap a couple times and the flow starts, then it's usually a matter of just holding it there and tapping it until they're done. And usually they're pretty still when they're doing it. It's just like when a cat or a kitten goes to the bathroom in a litter box, they will sit still until it's over. Make sure that they are clean. And in the case of diarrhea, if you do have diarrhea with a kitten, or watery stools of some sort, which can happen from the milk, you would just want to make sure that it's all cleaned off, as well as the urine, so that there's no irritation back there or anything like that. So once you do that, you can take your bottle, which I have warmed up in a bowl of hot water. This is the easiest way I found to warm up a baby bottle. Do not put it in the microwave. It heats up unevenly, and a lot of times your bottle will explode, and you will not get a good idea as to how hot the milk is in there. So you're going to let it warm up in a bowl or cup of hot water, and then you take it out, and the first thing you would do, just like with a human baby, you're going to drop some on your wrist. And as long as that is not too hot and it doesn't burn your wrist, then you're ready to go. So first thing that I want to say is, please never ever hold the baby upside down like this to feed it. Never do that. It's not normal, and it could get milk into their lungs. So basically, think about when a baby feeds on its mother. It's laying on its stomach and it has its paws up. So basically you want to support it, but keep it forward and gently offer it the bottle into its mouth. If it doesn't take it on its own, Suki takes it very easily. She loves her milk. And you just hold it up like this. You might have to just gently squeeze the bottle a little bit to get the milk flowing into their mouth. If you are having trouble getting the nipple actually into their mouth, you can gently take your finger just a little bit, open it up, and slip it right in there. And then once they start nursing, it's just a matter of letting them sit there. Sometimes they'll put their paws up because, again, it's like their mama's belly, and they're going to want to brace themselves on your hand. If they're not taking the bottle very easily, what you can do is you can hold their head not too hard, but gently guiding it to the bottle. And again, squeezing a bottle just a little bit, not too hard, because you don't want too much milk to come out their nose or anything like that. Also, stroking their face like this is also a stimulation to get them to suck as well. So if the kitten is not eating, check the temperature of your bottle. It is not a good thing to feed them cold formula or cold milk. It's not good for their tummies, and plus it's not very palatable. They won't want to eat it. So Suki's getting a little fighty here, and they will get angry, they'll get anxious, and they'll meow, and they'll just like kids. They'll be just like that. But once you get it in there and you get the milk flowing, they usually will calm down and relax a little bit. So don't think this bottle is quite warm enough for her. So that's basically it when it comes to feeding them. My biggest information that I want to pass along is the way that they are set up, and that is that they are facing down. Some people will pick them up and hold them like this. You can take a towel and you can wrap them in a towel and hold them like this to feed them. But I find most of the time that just putting them on your lap, if you're on the floor, just be very careful if you're sitting up like I am, that they don't get out of your hands and fall on the floor. So I would suggest sitting on the floor with them. Is keeping them in their normal position that they would be if they were to feed from their own mother. And that's the most comfortable and the most relaxed. Okay, after you do feeding, as far as how much to feed, this is going to depend on your kitten. I'm not going to give you feeding guidelines. We have really good information on our website. We have a whole booklet. It covers everything I'm going over with much more detail, and also gives you information about some basic medical things and feeding and cleaning and caring and formula and that sort of stuff. So I'd highly recommend going on the website and taking a look at that. Once you are done feeding, and usually you can tell when they're done because they usually will spit the nipple out themselves. You do not want to overfeed, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they are getting enough to eat. And again, that depends on the kitten and the weight and the age. So after you are done eating, you want to burp them. Now there's a couple different ways you can burp them. Burping is important because just like with a human child, it helps with their digestion and it settles their tummy. What you can do is if you pick them up and you put them over your shoulder just like you would, you can take 2 fingers and you can just gently tap while your hand back here is holding on to them. And you just gently tap until, and you will hear an audible burp. It'll just be like a little burp. And you can hear it in your ear. That's why I suggest holding them up here on your shoulder. And plus it's easier. If that's not working for you, another way to do it is just to hold them and to gently just massage their tummy. Not very hard, but just gentle pressure on the tummy to get that air bubbles, get all those things out. And again, you will hear an audible burp or air being released. It sometimes can come out the other end too. So it can either be a fart or a burp or something like that. But you want to get that trapped air because that can result in the bloated bellies and things like that. And their formula will not digest properly, and plus it's just really uncomfortable for them as well. So after you get a good burp, and don't freak out if you can't get a burp, just make sure that you are doing a little bit, at least a little bit of massage on the tummy so that you can break up any air bubbles or anything that's trapped in there. And before you are done and you put them back to sleep, you're going to want to get another cotton ball and the warm water and just stimulate one more time to get them to go before you go back to sleep. So, and another thing that's really important is the cuddling, is the love that they get. They like their mother would give them as far as cleaning. You can simulate that either with your hand or a washcloth, like a rough towel that simulates the mother's tongue going over them. But this also enhances the bond between you and your kitten and also helps them become more socialized and used to being handled, so that the older they get, the easier they will be to get to handle. And plus, who doesn't love to, love on a cute little kitten anyway? So I hope that helps you out. And again, please go to our website and check out the booklet that we have there. There's a lot of information that can help you.